I'd like to demonstrate a problem I'm having with Fusion 360. Let's get to Fusion 360. And I have two design files here. I've got this drawer unit, and I have this drawer. I want to put one drawer of this type in each of the compartments in this drawer unit. I want to center them, and I want them to be able to slide in and out of the compartment. So let's start. The examples that Lars gives in one of his screencasts shows him using solid components which do not themselves have subcomponents. Fairly easy to do that, but I've got two components, each of which consists of some other components. As you'll see, the drawer unit itself has side, bottom top, center, mirrored bottom top, back panel, mirrored bottom top, back panel, a second back panel, and a side. And somewhere here there is a center. Did I say that? Yes, there's the center panel. These guys are established as a rigid group, I do believe. Let's double check that by trying to move and trying to free translate. So let's just grab one of these directions. It appears not to be a solid body. I'm not sure why that happened. But let's, oh, come on. Okay. So let's select this whole thing and right click, and where is it? Create group? No, that's not what I want. I want to now for crying out loud. Rigid group. Okay, let's select rigid group and select each of the components individually. Side, another top bottom, center, another top bottom, side, and let's go back here and see if I can get the crap. It would appear that I've got all of them selected over here, so we're in good shape. Let's include child components. Boom. Okay, we've got a solid body now. Let's try moving anything. And let's try translating that anything. And try dragging. And as you can see, nothing is happening because it is a solid body. Okay. We're in good shape there. Let's bring up the drawer itself. I believe I did establish this as a solid body, and once again we can check that by trying to move, translate, move. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it is a solid body, so it's not allowing me to move the goofy thing. Now, Lars said in his screencast on joints, why joints are better, that I can move. I got to get to the right design. Let's get to the drawer unit. I can take this drawer and insert it into the current design in this fashion. And it's oriented in more or less the correct orientation. All I got to do is place the thing. I also don't believe. Let's place the thing using a point-to-point. And point-to-point, I'm going to take that point there and put it down into the corner of the opening here, and I'll worry about the offsets when I get around to my joinery. Everything is functional at this point. All I have to do is say OK to accept that move copy. Now let's do a joint. And somewhere in here, if I can get shoot right about there. Come on, let's go. There we go. Very tricky. Let's rotate around so that I can get the matching joint point, the center of that center panel. It is set up over here as a slider already. I have no idea what the heck the flip thing does. I'd love to know about that. Okay, let's establish the joint. Okay. Oh, for crying in a handkerchief. I'm wondering if this thing is misbehaving because there's a lot of time going into trying to create the video here. I'm going to allow that joint to be established as it is, but with one exception. This offset between the side of the drawer and the side of the center panel needs to be 3/16 of an inch to get it equispaced between left and right. Now, why this is happening relative to the z-axis, I haven't got any idea. Maybe this is a function of the kind of problem that I'm having. Maybe it is part of that problem. Now, 3/16 will establish the offset correctly, but it rotates the drawer when I accept the joint. Now, it also says that I've got some errors in that joint. Review warning. Slider 5. Failed to evaluate direction due to invalid input. 5 more reference failures. Edge 1 missing, edge 2 missing, face 3 missing, face 4 missing, edge 5 missing. What is going on here? I've done what appears to be a correct set of moves. I've inserted the drawer into the design of the drawer unit. But when I try and I'm able to move the drawer into the proper location in a side of the drawer unit, but when I try establishing the joint, everything seems to be working fine until I accept the joint. And then it rotates things out by, let's see if I can find out what that joint is telling me. Can I edit this? Well, I can edit it here. Edit joint limits. I don't want to edit joint limits. I want to edit joint. Missing joint origin reference. I don't understand. How can I have pulled this thing into a design without also pulling its origin in? It's got me baffled, and I just don't know which way to go from here. Any help you can give me, I'd appreciate it.